festival of joy. Happy time, a jolly time for every girl and boy. Gather round the table, have yourself a treat. Happy songs for singing and latkes to eat. Now light them, tonight them, all the candles in a row. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us of days long ago. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us days long ago. Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Gather round the table, have yourself a treat. Happy songs for singing and latkes to eat. Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Come to the party and let's do the horror. Gather round the table, have yourself a treat. Happy songs for singing and latkes to eat. Light them, tonight then, all the candles in a row. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us of days long ago. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us of days long ago. A festival of joy. Happy time, a jolly time for every girl and boy. Gather round the table, have yourself a treat. Happy songs for singing and latkes to eat. Now light them, tonight then, all the candles in a row. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us of days long ago. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us days long ago. Come light the menorah. Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Gather round the table, have yourself a treat. Happy songs for singing and latkes to eat. Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Come to the party and let's do the horror. Gather round the table, have yourself a treat. Happy songs for singing and latkes to eat. Light them, tonight then, all the candles in a row. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us of days long ago. One for each night to shed a sweet light and singing and latkes to eat. Now light them, tonight then, all the candles in a row. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us of days long ago. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us of days long ago. Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Gather round the table, have yourself a treat. Happy songs for singing and latkes to eat. Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Come to the party and let's do the horror. Gather round the table, have yourself a treat. Happy songs for singing and latkes to eat. Come light them, tonight then, all the candles in a row. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us of days long ago. One for each night to shed a sweet light and were singing Hanukkah to me. Now light them, tonight them, all the candles in a row. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us of days long ago. One for each night to shed a sweet light and remind us days long ago.
right, Shabbat. Oh, it's not Shabbat, and you're getting one heck of an echo. Hold on just a second. Shalom, everyone. It is not Shabbat, and I apologize about that. And there's a reason I'm a little burnt out, I'm a little tired, and I'm about to explain that to you. We are going to start out with something that I did not plan on doing this evening, which is Misha Barak. Why? Because our fearless leader is having a serious health issue, and he requested we say Misha Barak for him. And I am referring to, of course, Rabbi Patrick. And a lot is going to be falling on a lot of us, and we appreciate all your support and help. And I appreciate all the support and help that I've gotten with this particular broadcast. And I'm getting some kind of weird glowy thing. Oh, that must be from my Hanukkah in the background. Sorry about that. You're going to have to deal with it. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started with Misha Barak, specifically for Rabbi Patrick and our OneShul family. We need it 100%. And give it all you got, because it seems we're all falling apart, and we need all the greatest blessings you can give us. So, we'll go ahead and get started with that. And if you have any other names that you would like to include for Misha Barak, please feel free to type them in the chat room.
Yes.
I mean, I'd also like to tell everybody, if you try to send well wishes and such, that is fine. Chances are he will not be able to answer you. If you send it to punktorah or OneShul on Facebook, chances are I'll be sending you a message. So just so you know and you have a heads up, if you'd like to send him personal well wishes on his personal Facebook page, that's fine. Like I said, just be understanding that he may not be able to answer you back. And send out some prayers. Definitely needs them. Welcome to another part in the series of survival guides from OneShul. And tonight, of course, we're going into Hanukkah. And Hanukkah is actually one of the nicer of the holidays, much more laid back, very less restrictive, and very homebound. It is something you do with your family. It is something you perform in your home above all. Keeping in mind that, that being said, you invite people into your home to enjoy that, and you spend it with your family. And so that's very important to keep in mind. That's definitely has to be one of the mitzvah for the holiday. Yes, very joyous. Very, very joyous. Excuse me. There's really not a whole lot of surviving involved. Also, this is interactive. Any personal traditions or experiences that you have, please feel free to share them, because I love to hear different people's traditions and experiences, and I can always take from that, and I enjoy that. There you go. And if anybody during this the Hanukkah period, in the evening, if you wish to have some company during this experience, we will be doing that online. If we are not in OneShul, I will be in Google Hangout, and we'll be sharing that experience. You don't have to be alone. You can share the whole Hanukkah experience. And yes, we chances are we will be playing with a dreidel. Hannah shares that our tradition first night Hanukkah supper consists of fried chicken and latkes. And I have to tell you, everyone knows that I have never had a chance to try latkes. And I walked in to my parents' house the other night, and my mom was making latkes, and let me tell you, it's Jewish crack. And I am officially, without a doubt, there is no doubt in my mind that I have a Jewish soul, because I am totally addicted to latkes. And Michael shares that he is making latkes and shalant. And without a doubt, welcome, Arava. Glad to see you. Fantastic. Deep fried turkey, which I heard is quite a deep fried turkey is supposed to be very good. I've never actually had it. I recommend that if you're going to try deep fried turkey, William Shatner has a safety video on YouTube concerning deep fried turkeys. Please check it out. Could be, yes, Hannah, I am very, very deprived. I'm working on that, though. I have had knishes. So easy to make. Yes, they're so easy to make if you don't live on a 28-foot sailboat. That makes everything a little bit more difficult. Hannah had actually mentioned that she was reading, potatoes weren't available. So different vegetables, and she's experimenting with different vegetables instead of potatoes this year. Which I'd love to see some recipes that you come across, Hannah. That'd be very interesting. And as your daughter said, no celery latkes. Yeah, Michael adds, Chabad latkes convinced me to become Jewish. That's yeah, as a matter of fact, after my mom and my stepfather tasted the latkes, they were saying, that's it, we're converting. So I can understand that completely. And Lanny's been frying them for over 20 years. This is a new experience to me, and I am so addicted. I will admit I'm 100% addicted. So that being said, for those of you who don't have them available this year, there are many places that have them available online. And we're actually working on a little project where you'll be able to find your Judaica and Jewish food online on one resource that will be on my webpage. So you'll have links for whatever you need to find in the way of your Jewish lifestyle. So that is something. It's going to take a while, but it is in the works, and that we hope that that's something you'll use and enjoy. Also, that being said, the OneShul and the punktorah website aren't being updated very much because of Patrick being down also, but he has some volunteers down in Atlanta that are giving him a hand, and donuts, yes, absolutely, donuts. And so all of you who live like I do, which is on a secluded island with 3 other Jews in known existence, and you rarely even see them, any boxed donuts that are not made by Dunkin' Donuts are in fact kosher. And Krispy Kreme is actually putting out a kosher donut box this year. So if you are unable to make your own or get to a specific kosher store, feel free to go ahead and go to the grocery store and get some boxed donuts. Entenmann's, which is a Pennsylvania thing, and I don't know, they may be in your area. Entenmann's has been kosher for at least 20 years now. So I can definitely tell you can go with that. Alright, with that being said, I have had many wonderful videos given to me for this particular broadcast, and that is really awesome. These are the people in your community. These are the people that are in this chat room right now that have made themselves vulnerable and put themselves in front of the camera to express something that they feel about this holiday. And you really need to applaud that, because it is a scary thing. It is a horrifying thing. And when you do that and somebody puts themselves out like that, it's a beautiful thing, because they're doing that for you, and that really needs to be celebrated, and you really need to thank them. The first video I'm going to start out with is actually an older punktorah video, which includes Patrick and another fellow, and we'll just get started with that.
Hey, Michael, what are you reading?
Hey, what's up? I'm reading Maccabee, the story of Hanukkah. We all know the story of Hanukkah.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
We have the Jews, and King Antiochus said you can't worship the way you want to. He defiled the temple, put up idols, and Judah Maccabee said, we're going to fight back. So they kicked King Antiochus out of the temple, rededicated the temple, found a menorah, didn't have enough oil. It would take 8 more days to make the oil. They only had enough for 1 day, and the oil burned for 8 nights until they had time to make the oil. They lit it anyway, and lo and behold, it was a miracle. So that's the story of Hanukkah, man. That's what we celebrate every year. And how do we celebrate?
Alright, there you go. Just a brief quickie on the whole thing. And yes, I'm trying to use much more of our own stuff, much more of punktorah stuff, OneShul stuff, and things that you folks give me. That makes it much more important when our own community does it. Excuse me. Excuse me. So obviously, we know what. Oh, Arava said something. I'm going to jump in here. Let's see. Check out the food timeline for your ideas. Yeah, exactly. Or we want to see those ideas because we're a definite foodie group. Okay, it seems that most Jews are foodie. Um, so and okay. With that being said, we know Hanukkah is 8 nights. We know basically the story behind it. It is also mainly the story of the fact that we were able to defeat the Romans and take back the temple. That's the important part. And that's what we're trying to really remember at this point. The 8 nights is just the oil. Obviously, the story of the oil. There are various interpretations depending on who you listen to. If it was an actual menorah or if it was the eternal light. The eternal light is the light that is supposed to hang over the Torah itself and remain lit at all times. And I seem to tend towards this particular one, lighting the light over the Torah and actually lasting 8 nights and 8 days as opposed to just the one night like it normally would. That's just kind of what I attach to. If you have a different interpretation, 8 crazy nights. Yeah, been there, done that. That's a story for a different time, Lanny. So now that we're talking about the lights, of course, Shmoo, as always, from California, from LA, who I had on the other survival guide. He has given us a little video to watch, and we'll go ahead and get along with that. I also have a link to more information that he is talking about in the video, which is very pertinent, and I will post that link.
Every year as the holiday comes around, people start asking, the very simple questions, the very basic questions that need to be answered in order for us to begin to enjoy this holiday. And everything surrounds around the lights. Unlike any other holiday, actually, the lights themselves, they are the mitzvah. We really have everything centering around the kindling of the Hanukkah lights. And one of the things that is often thrown at me from, seemingly left field, strange questions from, in a lot of people's minds is, how do you light? And it seems almost self-explanatory. And I literally have. I've been going around all week asking people, if I set a bunch of candles in front of you, and I told you we light a certain amount of candles for that specific day that corresponds to what day we are in the festival, and there's an extra light called the shamash. We need to light. Which one are you going to light with? And without exception, every person naturally said the shamash. And to the great surprise of a lot of people, it is often rumored out there that's one of the unique things about the Sephardic tradition, the Mizrahi tradition, the tradition of Middle Eastern Jews, of the Near East, is to light the shamash last. And that really strikes a lot of people. They just don't know what to do because the mechanics are all messed up. What are we going to do now? And this year I decided that we're going to delve into the text on how we're going to do this. But really, the simple answer in having to explain, how this could be so, and it is in fact true, by the way, The reason that it is in fact true is because we're not talking about lighting with candles. We're talking about lighting with oil lamps, with oil lanterns. And, explicitly, the only thing that is true all across the board for all of our poskim when it comes to the halacha of why we have a shamash light is so that we do not use the lights for ordinary purposes. So that we do not do things even such as learning Torah or counting money and stuff like that. So we have an extra shamash light. So it's the Sephardic custom that we light last the shamash. We don't light first and light everything rest of it, and it's not even really possible for us to do if we're using oil lanterns. That's really the trick answer to that one. We use any other type of implement, be it a match or an extra candle. And what we will do is we will light the number of candles that we have corresponding to that day. And then we will light the shamash light, which is held a little bit higher than the rest of the lights. I don't want to spoil the whole message and everything. And so I really want us to look at the text itself so we can understand what the rabbis are talking about. We're going to be looking at both, Ashkenazi and Sephardi takes of the halacha related to the shamash light. And I hope everybody enjoys it. And once again, I hope you're enjoying the holidays. Hanukkah Sameach.
All right. That was Shmoo. We all know Shmoo from the past holidays. He is an absolutely amazing human being when it comes to Judaism. I recommend that you check him out. I also recommend, if you know him or see him posting anywhere on our stuff, that you definitely give him a shout out, because he does this out of the kindness of his heart. This is what he enjoys. This is what he loves. And he's truly a blessing, an amazing blessing. And somebody that just inspires me in ways I can't even imagine. I've said it 1,000 times. I could be a Jew for 4 lifetimes and not know what this young man does. He's a true inspiration. And we thank him for doing that. And definitely, if you folks see him about on Facebook or his webpage, definitely thank him for contributing as he does. He's definitely a great guy. So I learned something from this. Everybody knows that I tend towards the Sephardic side of things, and I've always learned to light the shamash first. And now I know the shamash gets lit last, which I find amusing. Now, if you look right back here, which is a little difficult to see, with my little menorah here. The shamash is always placed higher or off to the side or off center of the line of the other candles. That is to signify that is the worker candle. That is the one that we use. And everybody's more than welcome to light it first. I'm going to light it last from now on. And so you can easily see here that right here on this particular menorah setup that I have here, it would be the one that is up top here, the one that is higher. Now, Michael is very familiar with this. This is made of tin, which I love tin, and everybody knows that. And these are pretty much given out for free by Chabad. And this is a very typical starter Hanukkah, and it's fantastic. Here you would see that the shamash would actually go up here. This one in particular works very well with birthday candles, which you can get at the dollar store or the grocery store, or wherever you particularly care to shop for your candles. Candles do not have to be kosher. That is a scam. Just so you know. If anybody tells you the candles have to be kosher, they're trying to get more money out of you. It's Nonsense. You can get candles from the dollar store. Okay? Let me put this right back up here. Now that I've brought Michael into the scene, of course we've already discussed food. If there's any other thing besides what are the three major things that we eat during Hanukkah? Latkes, donuts, and there's one more. This one comes in little gold wrappers, which if you get it from Israel is the equivalent to crack. So I will go ahead and let Michael talk to you.
Hi, my name is Michael, and I'm a regular at OneShul. Thanks for tuning in to my YouTube blog here. I'm just going to be talking a little bit about Hanukkah and what I like about Hanukkah. I'd have to say the food. Definitely, my experience with Hanukkah was I went to a Mal Chabad celebration. And of course they had the trays of latkes and sufganiyot, and it was unlike any food I've ever had before. It's just amazing. I had already been studying Judaism for about 4 months at that point, but this was literally the first taste of Judaism I ever had. And what I really respect about Hanukkah is it's very much like punk rock, where you maintain an identity that goes against the grain of the rest of the world. So, and here we are in this really corporate setting, just celebrating life, celebrating our identity. A lot of people like to say that Hanukkah is our Christmas, but it really isn't at all anything to do with. Doesn't have anything to do with that at all. It's, to me, like this Thanksgiving that they say is going to go on. That's sort of what I get out of Hanukkah. It's Thanksgiving. I mean, it's a miracle that it happened. It's happening this year at the same time as Thanksgiving. And I think that adds to the whole miraculous nature of the holiday. I'm not as well versed in the history of Hanukkah, more as the concept of Hanukkah, which, when you think of how stressful the Christmas season can be, with everybody trying to get material gifts and material possessions, to have 8 days of friendship with family and friends and strangers, it's a really joyous time. And another thing I'd like to add to that is there's one album I listen to at Hanukkah, or Hanukkah time, general time of the year, which is the Levy's Hanukkah Rocks, which I would say is one of the more fresh musical choices available for Hanukkah. So, I guess that pretty much sums up what I like about Hanukkah. It's the music, the food, and the message.
Thank you, Michael. You hit it right on the nose. You got it. It's about the home. about the family, about the people, about the food. That's what it's all about. It's not about receiving presents, it's about giving presents. And Lanny, yes, family tradition is watching the movie Hebrew Hammer. And if you all stick around Friday night after, matter of fact, I may have to shift it. I'll have to shift it to a Zat. We will move into another chat room, and I will play that entire movie after Around the Shabbat Table on Friday for you all. If you are interested in hanging out and doing that, let me know. Everybody knows that if you've seen the movie, it is an awesome movie. If you haven't seen the movie, join us Friday. It's going to be fantastic. That's sort of my nickname here at OneShul, the Hebrew Hammer, as being the moderator of chat and the bouncer. Brian gave me that nickname, so definitely a fantastic movie. It gets a little on the harsh side, but get over it. It's all good. This is punktorah after all. Speaking of which, yeah. And as soon as Patrick's better, we will start talking about the t-shirts again. I know that was a big project that all of you were interested in. Michael also brought up music. And I have a particular Hanukkah video that I am very fond of. Everybody knows I love punk, and as well as many other varieties of music. But punk, I was definitely a punk rocker. Obviously, I did it up for you tonight a little bit. And so I'm going to play. I'm also a Rocky Horror Picture Show fan, for any of you that are a fan of Rocky Horror Picture Show, and this kind of incorporates it all into Hanukkah. What more could you possibly ask for? Total joy.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Gladness takes its toll. Now listen closely, not for very much longer. Hanukkah's in control. I remember eating a latke, dripping with so much oil. When the latke was in me, the flames would be calling. Let's light the candles again. Let's light the candles again.
You light them all from the left.
You put them in from the right.
You say the words from your lips.
Make sure you say them right. Spin like a dreidel top. It'll drive you insane. Let's light the candles again. Let's light the candles again. Eat some tahini on a falafel weenie. All fried, not steamy. No, not at all. Heavy donuts with jelly that really sit in your belly. Chocolate coins in hand, I'll try them all. Latke's still cooking. Have one more, no one's looking. Take a break now, unwrap a gift. Adam Sandler's song was on, now we're singing this one. Let's light the candles again. Let's light the candles again.
When you light up a menorah, it just makes you think. If you run out of oil, it would really stink.
Back in the day, taken by surprise,
Never was destroyed by some nasty guy. Back a jar of oil and we lit the flame.
It's Rocky Horror time again. Let's light the candles again. Let's light the candles again.
you light them all from the left.
You put them in from the right.
Say the words from your lips.
Make sure you say them right. Spin like a dreidel top. It'll drive you insane.
Alright, there you go. I definitely had to share that. I'm going to have to pick this up a little bit. Misha Barak took up a little more time than I expected. Sorry, Hannah. I'm trying not to run over into your time, okay? And I invite everybody to stick around for Hannah's Torah Talk this evening. It's going to be fantastic. We got some good stuff. Dreams. Dreams. I put up a really good graphic on OneShul and punktorah for this. That was everybody knows I like the really far out artists, and I really hit it on the nose this time. So definitely, I encourage everybody to stick around for Hannah's talk because we're going to have a really good talk this evening. Yep, and of course, dreidel. Okay, pop quiz. Name all 4 Hebrew letters on the dreidel. Go! The winner will get a round the spot table smiley face put on their Facebook page. Woo! What more could you ask for? Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Gargamel? No Gargamel. Alex gets it for the win. I don't know if you can see this or not. Can you see this? Can you see this? I'm going to do a little grace thing. Can you see this? Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay. If you don't know how to play dreidel, look it up online because I don't have time to post it for you. Okay? It's very simple. You get some gelt. Chocolate candies wrapped in gold wrappers. They look like little coins. You can get them anywhere. I prefer the ones from Israel. They are mind-blowing. They're dark chocolate. None of this milk chocolate nonsense. Okay? Go get some. Look up how to play this game. This is what you're supposed to do all night long on Thanksgiving until you literally drop. This is a great game for the family to play. Why do we use the dreidel? What does the dreidel mean? Simple. In the Roman times of the Roman occupation, the children would want to study Torah. They would go out into the woods to study Torah. When the guards would walk by, they would pull out their gelt and they would pull out their dreidel and pretend like they were gambling so they did not get arrested, killed, etc., etc., etc. Okay? And that's how we celebrate this. And we consider... I recommend that you check out Lanny's collection because it's absolutely amazing. I saw some really nice stuff from Lanny. Also, Arava has posted her Hanukkah collection, and she has the cutest little Hanukkah set that is actually keys from your keyboard, and it spells out Hanukkah with shift that holds the shmash higher. Check out their stuff. Really cool stuff, really interesting stuff. I was inspired by some of it. Let's see. Yeah, and Hannah adds, kids call them nothing. Gimme, half, and shh, don't tell anyone I have to put something in. That works out very well. A great miracle happened here. That is correct, and that's what it spells. Happened there. I'm sorry. Alex, if you're not aware, it says here when you're in Israel. If you're in Israel, it actually says a great miracle happened here instead of there, because they're actually there. Just a little bit of useless knowledge. Oh, and Hannah already shared that. Thank you, Hannah. Where do we find these extra little videos and pics? Contact me in Facebook after the fact and let me know exactly what you're after, and I can get that to you. Now, real quick, we got to get into this. The spiritual side of this, okay? The religious side of this. How it relates to Torah, how it relates to Talmud, where it all fits into everything. That is a personal thing. That is your thing. That is your journey. Just like everybody's path is different, so is your particular relation to Hashem with this holiday. And somebody to bring that to light for us is our very own Rahel E. And I'm going to play a video from her. Okay, so please enjoy that.
Shalom, everybody. Just a few minutes of thoughts on Hanukkah and what it means to me. Since I am a non-denominational Jew, I tend to be very Karaite leaning, which means I don't believe in an oral law at all. Hanukkah for me is a secular holiday. I know that the holiday of Hanukkah is set forth in the Talmud by the rabbis. It's in Tractate Shabbat, started at 21a. But I don't believe the miracle of the oil actually ever happened. I do believe that there was a war. I do believe that there was a rededication of the temple. The book of Maccabees, I think, is a fairly historical look at what happened during the war. And essentially, really, the war was between, usually you'll hear Greeks, but really it's Syrians or Syrian Greeks, and the Hellenized Jews on one side, and the Hashmoneans and the Torah Jews on the other side. Now, really what Hanukkah is it's a civil war. That's really what it is. In fact, at the rededication of the temple, the victors, the Hashmoneans, actually call it Sukkot B'Kislev. In other words, it was a late celebration of Sukkot. And it's 8 days, so it's the 7 days of Sukkot plus the Shemini Atzeret / Simchat Torah, the 8th day. And that's what it is. It's not supposed to be a separate holiday that is remembered and followed and celebrated year after year. But be that as it may, in the Jewish world, we have Hanukkah during the Hebrew month of Kislev. Okay, so that's November, December on the secular calendar. For me, I don't follow all the rules and the rabbinic laws of Hanukkah. I do have a Hanukkah and I do light it, but I don't say the blessings. We are not commanded by God to say the blessing and to light the candles. This is my belief, so I don't do it. If you read the Talmud, in the part where it's describing Hanukkah, they're talking about the rededication of the temple, and that they said that the rabbis are saying, well, they said halal and they gave thanksgiving for the rededication of the temple. So for me, what I do is I will light a candle each night in the traditional way, the shamash, and then the, one additional candle each night. But instead of saying the blessings, what I do is I say halal, which is Psalms 113 through 118, but I also add Psalm 112 and Psalm 119 as thanksgiving. To me, that's in the spirit of what the rabbis were talking about, what happened at the rededication of the temple. So I will say a different psalm each night. Like I said, I don't believe in the miracle of the oil. I don't believe in following rabbinic oral law. So I celebrate Hanukkah as a secular holiday in my own way, as a remembrance of the Civil War, as a remembrance of the rededication of the temple. It reminds me of a time that we're in now, where there's so much infighting and there's many civil wars all over the place. So for me, really, Hanukkah is about remembering the past and also looking at what is happening now. And back then we could rededicate the temple. Now we don't have a temple. But when we have the chance to come together to eventually rebuild the temple, then I think that we can really celebrate Hanukkah, even if we celebrate it as a secular holiday. So for me, it's a remembrance of the past and of all those who gave their lives to rededicate the temple and to save Judaism. But it's also a remembrance of how much work we still have left. Shalom.
Definitely a beautiful message. Definitely an important message. And again, a different viewpoint. We all have different viewpoints. There are many Kiryat Jews that come to OneShul. And I think that's fantastic that you remember it for the people who actually died for that. And that's a beautiful thing. And thank you for sharing that with us, Rahel E. And I hope you don't mind me calling Rahel E. And you should be used to it by now. So with that being said, real quick, this is what I have to say. Hanukkah, real simple to survive. If you can't survive Hanukkah, you got problems. Probably the hardest part for all of us, if you have that problem, is being alone. If you're alone, you're not alone because you have us online. Contact me, contact Miss Sarah, contact Miss Arava, and we will get in touch with you, and we will definitely be having things going on. So don't feel like you have to be alone. Even on Thanksgiving Day, I will be online someplace. You're not alone. Don't feel like you're alone. Okay? We just have to do things a little bit differently. Okay? As this week's Torah portion, Yosef is in a cell for 2 years. I'm sure he didn't have much to do on any kind of holiday. He did what he could with what he had. That's it, period. So let's do what we can with what we have. That just happens to be our online community. And yes, definitely don't call anybody late for dinner. And Lanny, as far as your comment way back up earlier, I will not be showing that on a broadcast anytime soon. So, now, you know what I have to say. It's holidays. It's the spirit of giving. Donate. If we don't have your donations, we can't keep these broadcasts going. That's why they're so important. Who you're donating to? punktorah. Okay? There's a little donate thing right there. Whoop. Right there. Right up there. You don't have to donate a lot. $5, $10. That's it. That's all we ask, okay? A lot of us donate when we can. We get a little extra money, we donate. That's fine. That's awesome. That's great. Thank you all for coming. If you have any comments, questions, please scoot them in real quick. And keep Rabbi Patrick in your prayers. Misha Barak, without a doubt. All of us, as a matter of fact, because we're all going to have to pick up the slack. Oh, geez. You know, that's it. I'm going to have to get the duct tape out for you kids. You're it's a good thing we're a OneShul family, and it is punktorah, so we can get away with this sort of thing. I would like to encourage you all to thank the people who donated videos. That means Michael. That means Rahel E. That means Shmoo. Okay? Thank them. They're giving of their time so you can learn and so you can get something from this and we can have this. I have the gorilla tape. Where is it? I got it. Hold on. I know I got it someplace. Right here. Lanny, come here. Thank you all for coming. Please stick around for Torah Talk this evening. It is one of the greatest parshas. We talk about dreams and all that kind of stuff. We also learn the importance of loving thy neighbor and getting along with the neighbor. Okay? He's in Egypt. He's getting along with the Pharaoh. He becomes second in command of the Pharaoh. That's right. Joseph became second in command of Egypt. Very interesting thought. You know, many of our greatest movements were side by side with other groups and other nationalities and other religions. So, with that being said, we have some amazing stuff. Well, you don't necessarily have to assimilate to be involved with other groups. You can get along with them side by side. So thank you all for coming. I hope if you have any questions, please ask me on Facebook, around the Shabbat Table at gmail.com, around the Shabbat Table on Facebook, wherever, and I will gladly answer them. I'm sorry, I don't want to run into Hannah's time, and Hag Sameach to all of you. Don't be alone. Contact me. I'm going to be here. The only time I won't be here is I'm going to be working Friday morning. So after Friday morning, I will be here for you. Wednesday, Ma'ariv, midweek Ma'ariv with Tracy, which is always fun. And then we have this Friday, it will be me around the Shabbat table. Lanny, you better be there because I picked the manly topic this week. The Torah in Harley, and we're going to discuss whether Hashem would prefer us on Harleys or Hondas. So this is a very, very philosophical discussion around the Shabbat table this week. Also, this Saturday, premiering, Michael will be doing a Hanukkah lighting ceremony as well as Havdalah for us at 7 p.m. Please come out. We had a little taste of him this evening. You're going to get even more. And he's a fantastic young gentleman. He's taught me a lot. We've learned a lot from each other. And definitely our community is coming together. And this is great. Good night, everyone. And I will see you Friday.